We're at Mobile World Congress 2018 and I'm delighted to be joined by Netrounds. Mats, how are you doing?
Doing very well, thank you.
So what is Netrounds doing this year at Mobile World Congress?
This year at Mobile World Congress, Netrounds is present in 3 locations. We are at the Rift.io booth, where we are showing the first POC in OSM, the open source manual, where we show active assurance and active service activation testing. That's the first place. The second place where we are is at the VMware booth, where we show how we complement VMware solutions with active testing, active monitoring in the virtualized environment. And then we're here in front of the Cisco booth, where we show how Cisco Network Services Orchestrator and Netrounds play together to implement a real-time healing loop to perform service recovery. Really awesome demo, I would say.
So what are your key differentiators amid a changing market?
Instead of looking at the health of the underlying infrastructure, Netrounds takes an active approach. So we inject real traffic on the data plane end to end, and we are acting like an end user. So we can measure and then accurately show how the service quality is in the network. And that's very different from looking at how the devices behave. Some say that we provide service telemetry, whereas a lot of the other telemetry is device telemetry, and that's a clear differentiation here. And you can also think of how, for instance, a car manufacturer, they always test drive their cars before they hand over their product to their customers. Service providers should think in the same way here. They should actively test the service before it's handed over, and then they should proactively monitor the quality over the lifetime of the service. And that's very different.
So how do you compete or indeed complement the other big data analytics platforms out there?
Good question. So first of all, we are not competing with big data and AI initiatives. Rather, we are a very, very useful source of information for big data and machine learning algorithms. So what we provide from Netrounds, you can think of it as small data, high quality data, and this is an important input to machine learning algorithms to perform a much more accurate and reliable outcome. So we are a complement to those initiatives rather than competing with them.
So what are you seeing as the key trends for operators at this year's Mobile World Congress?
Good question. I think operations. Is a key discussion point here. So it's a lot of discussion on how to make NFV operations much more reliable, and I think the trend that we have spotted is start around operations, see what can be automated around the operational landscape. And from our point of view, I think it's very important to examine all the technologies that are out there and all the vendors and really put them to the test. There's a lot of talk, but perhaps a little less action. So act like a scientist. See if all the claims can be proven. I think that is where the investments are put. You should also see that they solve a real-world problem.
And what next for Netrounds? How do you see the industry changing over the coming years?
I think from our point of view, it's about 2 things. One is real-time, and the other is automation. As a service provider, you really need to act fast. Customer can't wait to have their problems fixed. They can't wait to have a ticket created in the ticketing system 6 hours after the event has happened. This means that testing solutions and assurance solutions, they have to act in real time, down to a second resolution granulation, but still at scale, because networks are huge. So that is where we see one of the trends. The other is in the automation space. Manual efforts have to be removed. That's the only way to drive down the cost to serve customers. And in order to do that, you need to have an automated service lifecycle solution out there, and we are working closely with Cisco NSO that provides automation capabilities for service lifecycle. And then you have to tie this closely with an assurance platform like Netrounds that acts in real time and provide automation capabilities. Marrying orchestration and assurance provides orchestrated assurance.
Mats, thank you very much.
Thank you, Graham.